Around the corner we find a funny tower that is an elevator. Saint Juste elevator. In Lisbon we find elevators, cable cars, because Lisbon is a very hilly city. They are used to take people from the lowest to the upper sections of the city. Besides Fama, this is Commerce Square, C-O-M-M-E-R-C-E, Commerce Square, the miles to the west of Lisbon that we find the Atlantic Ocean. Just this afternoon, driving to Estoril coast, driving along the coast, you'll be able to see the Atlantic Ocean, you'll be able to drive past the mountain. According to revolutionary ideas of urbanism of the 18th century that consisted on building wide streets just parallel and perpendicular to having this area rebuilt according with the Canaries and Turkey.
Yeah, aren't they? Bird?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Are we in the right shore? She goes too fast. Just not losing, Kay. Let's keep moving.
E está fechado? Está.
Eu não posso trabalhar por causa do outro.
Everybody has a bird.
Yeah. Of Lisbon, right near. People that built that bridge also built that.
Palace is, since proclamation of Republic since 1910, the presidential palace. In front of the presidential palace, we find the statue of Mr. Albuquerque. It is not the statue of Henry the Navigator, but the statue of Mr. Albuquerque, a Portuguese nobleman who played an important role governing the Portuguese colony. The Portuguese were there. Statues of people who were involved in the maritime discoveries, people who made an important contribution for the discovery of
statue of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. I'm at a little bit the wrong angle to get it. We're now being given a tour of the maritime area where they talk about the maritime conquest of Portugal.
on the right hand side. This is Belém Tower. Belém Tower was built between 1515 and 1521. It was built to cross fire with another fort that existed on the south bank of the river. By crossing fire, they prevented the boats of the pirates from sailing upriver and from attacking the boats that were anchored in front of Commerce Square, where, as I told you, the trade of spices used to take place. Belém Tower is one of the rare 16th century monuments spared by the earthquake of 1755. And it is also a jewel of a style of decoration that flourished in Portugal and the boats. So we see some of the most popular motifs of decoration of Manuelino style. The cables, the navy knots, the corals, and the cross of Christ. But there are others such as chains and anchors and miniatures of the boats that were used at the time, shells, sea animals, corals we see here, but also the initials of the king, so together with the motifs related to the sea and the boats, the initials of the king, his coat of arms. That cross, as I told you, is not the Maltese cross, but the cross of Christ. That is the emblem of a religious and military order of knights that played an important role at the time of the maritime discoveries. Humphrey the Navigator was not a king and he was not a rich man either, but he needed large amounts of money to pay for the expeditions. Most of the expeditions that were sent during the lifetime of Humphrey the Navigator were financed, were paid with the money of the Order of Christ, because it was a very wealthy order, and Humphrey the Navigator was administrator of the Order of Christ.